Good morning. I'm Berks County Commissioner Christian Leinbach, and I want to welcome you to our Commissioners Board meeting for February the 23rd. We're broadcasting live via Microsoft Teams live event. We're also on BCTV as well as Facebook and YouTube Live. I want to recognize this is the first meeting with the new full complement of commissioners, and we want to welcome Lucine Sahelnick as the newest Berks County Commissioner. I would ask everyone to please rise for a moment of silence, followed by a pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Are there any additions or corrections for the February 16th Commissioner meeting minutes? Hearing none, the minutes will stand approved as presented. There were no executive sessions since our last commissioners meeting. At this time, I'll recognize my executive assistant, Anne Marie Grill, to read the public comment policy.
Thank you, Commissioner Leinbach. Public comment will be accepted in person and through the Q&A function. Please include your first name, last name, and municipality for all comments. Any comments without name and municipality will not be considered. Each citizen can submit one comment. Comment length is dictated by the limitations of the platform being used. Teams, Q&A, Facebook, YouTube. In-person comments will be accepted first, followed by comments submitted virtually. The meeting comment period is limited to a total of 30 minutes, including both in-person and virtual comments. This time period may be extended at the discretion of the board. Please be concise. Comments that are germane to county business will be read during the meeting and should not be considered to be interactive dialogue with the commissioners. The county solicitor shall be the final arbiter of whether a comment is germane and should be read. Any commissioner response to public comment will be done at the discretion of the commissioners.
Thank you very much, Anne Marie. Public comment on agenda items. There's no public comment on agenda items in person, and there's none online. So we will move into the agenda. Item 1, authorizing. Under that, Budget Department, adopt a resolution authorizing 2022 budget transfers in the amount of $115,765 and 2023 appropriations in the amount of $15,384 per listing dated February the 3rd of 2023. There are several items under Human Resources. Item 1, authorize the appointment of Vincent St. George to Assistant District Attorney 3 in the DA's office. Item 2, authorize the appointment of William Bispels to Assistant Public Defender 4 in the Public Defender's Office. Item 3, authorize the appointment of Lynn Ann Burns to Executive Assistant, Commissioner's Office. Item 4, authorize the promotion of Heather McCobrey from RN Charge Nurse to Nursing Supervisor, Berksheim. Item 5, authorize the promotion of Sierra Gerdes from Nursing Supervisor to Assistant Director of Nursing, Berksheim. Item 6, authorize the promotion of Caitlin Harker from County Caseworker 2 to County Casework Supervisor 1 in Children and Youth Services. Item 7, authorize the promotion of Lauren Nagy from County Caseworker 2 to County Casework Supervisor 1, Children and Youth Services. Item 8, authorize the promotion of J.C. Reinhardt from Office Support 3 in Court Administration to Office Support 4, Custody in the jail system. We have several items listed under the Commissioners. Item A, adopt a resolution authorizing Christy Kennedy, administrator at the Berksheim Nursing and Rehabilitation, to execute the 2023-2024 Pelican renewal quotation by its liability and MCARE assessment program presented to EHD through the Pelican Insurance Program administered by the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania. Item B, adopt a resolution authorizing the chair to execute the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency Subgrant Award Notification for Berks County Adult Probation Office Grant and Aid 2022-2023 in the amount of $454,448 for the period of July 1, 2022 through June 30th of 2023. Item C, adopt a resolution authorizing execution of the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency Subgrant Award Notification for the District Attorney's Victim Witness Assistance Unit in the amount of $528,038 for the period January 1, 2023 through December 31st of 2024. Item D, adopt a resolution authorizing the appointment of Jessica Jones, Reading, PA, to the Berks Area Regional Transportation Authority and the South Central Transportation Authority, filling the remainder of a 5-year term expiring December 31st of 2025. Item E, adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency Grant application for the Victims of Crime Act Enhancing Services to Berks County Victims Grant in the District Attorney's Office totaling $138,802. Item F, adopt a resolution authorizing the chair to execute a memorandum of understanding between and among the County of Berks, Berks County Workforce Development Board, and PA Career Link Community Partners for the management and operation of PA Career Link Berks County from July 1 of 2023 through June 30th of 2026. Item G, adopt a resolution authorizing the chair to execute the First Amendment to lease agreement for the farmland Berks County Welfare Tract between the County of Berks landlord and Roger and Travis Zweisig tenants to take effect March 1st of 2023, increasing the total leased acres to 222.36 H, adopt a resolution authorizing a letter of support to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration supporting Berks Counseling Center request for grant funding. Item 2, a motion to authorize execution of contract agreements and amendments as set forth on the contract agenda listing dated February the 17th of 2023. There are a total of 6 contracts, 2 with Children and Youth Services, 1 jointly with Children and Youth Services and Juvenile Probation, 1 with the Commissioners, 1 with Court Administration, and 1 with Parks and Recreation. Item 3, a motion to authorize execution of the payments and electronic transfers as set forth on the Controller's Office voucher listing dated February the 23rd of 2023. And then item 4, a motion to authorize execution of employee payroll disbursements dated February the 28th of 2023.
Motion to approve the agenda is presented.
The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion is carried. We'll move now to reports of our treasurer and controller, and we'll begin with the treasurer's report from the deputy, Linda Weaver. Linda.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have an opening balance of $196,410,111.97. We have a balance to clear of $3,421,256.03, leaving us with a balance of $192,988,855.94.
And I want to note we also have Sock Georgiadis with us, our newest acting Treasurer, he was sworn in this past Tuesday morning.
Correct. And
So,
I wanted to thank Linda.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I want to thank Linda for her report and just say hello to everyone.
Thank you very much, Sock. With that, we'll move now to our County Controller, Sandy Graffius, with the Controller's report.
Good morning, gentlemen and ladies. Sorry, Lucina, I almost missed you. Okay, we had, as Christian said, a payroll this week of $4,695,796.92. We had a supplemental payroll of $14,964.52. We had disbursements of $6,016,446.67 for a grand total of $10,727,206.11.
Thank you very much, Sandy. We'll move now to our Chief Operations Officer, Kevin Barnhart. Kevin.
Thank you, Commissioner Leinbach. We have two items. We continue to have our meet and greets with departments. We met with HR last week under leadership of Jessica Weekneck. They're quite an exciting bunch. It's a great team effort and really passionate about their work and all the efforts that they've helped us out with interviewing and screening, phone screening for various vacancies across the county. So we thank them for their support of our team as well as everyone else in the county. Also on the agenda, Jessica Jones, thank you for appointing her to the South Central Transit Authority BARDA board. She's replacing me. Just a little walk down memory lane. I asked to serve on the BARDA board back when the city of Reading entered Act 47, and Mayor McMahon at the time stood at the steps of City Hall and said, we're no longer going to be the local sponsor for BARDA, and started a pretty long, protracted discussion. But ultimately, the county assumed the total local match for that. And then ultimately, Dennis LaWurst passed away, our executive director, and we shared management with Dave Kilmer from Red Rose and Lancaster. And just one thing led to another. With Dave Kilmer's tremendous leadership, we were able to merge both agencies, Red Rose and BARDA, into South Central, and actually saved local taxpayers here in Berks County $2.5 million over 5 years. PennDOT had a program where you actually saved the local match if you found a way to merge and save money. So we actually saved $1 million with the merger. We saved 2.5, and Lancaster saved about $2.2 million of operating expenses. So it was really a great ride, and it's a great group of people. I'm going to miss them, but I think it's really commendable that Jessica Jones from our area agency on aging is going to serve on that board, and she'll have a great time with it. So thank you.
Thank you for your service there as well. And people do forget that was one of the big cost savings, and it's a better system. Merged. I mean, you're sharing services in a way that just make everything much more efficient and effective. So very good. With that, we'll move now to comments from commissioners, and we will begin with Commissioner Michael Rivera.
Thank you, Commissioner Leinbach. Just a few items on my list here today. First of all, I want to thank all of those who participated in the chili cook-off that we had last week. The proceeds from that went to Opportunity House. We had 3 winners. The first place was the Rugged Woman Supper Chili by Shane Waddy. Second place was Chili con Ribbies by Chuck Brentman. And the third place was Beefy Brisket No Bean Chili by Beth Mears or Mears.
I think Mears.
Mears. Okay.
I'm going based on Rick Mears, the former Indy racer.
Okay.
Spelled the same way.
So you have the picture there of the 3 winners. So I want to thank them and congratulate them and thank all those who participated to make this cook-off possible and be able to support Opportunity House through it. Next item I want to bring up is the Share Reading. Share Reading is an event put on by the Greater Reading Chamber Alliance. It is happening on March the 13th from 3 to 6 p.m. at the Abe Lincoln Hotel here in downtown Reading. And this is a matchmaking and networking event that will bring together our region's top corporations and connect them to our diverse and small businesses. So it's an opportunity to network with the largest employers in Berks County and beyond. Learn from experts on the why and how of diverse business certification. And there will be also a matchmaking opportunity where there will be one-on-one meetings with matches that are created in advance to maximize your time and the outcome. So who should attend this? All companies and organizations that are seeking diverse representation in contracting, such as manufacturers, construction businesses, healthcare, education, hospitality, and so forth, as well as small business owners and minority and women and diverse suppliers, procurement specialists, and buyers representing our region's top employers. For more information, you can go to the GRCA website and learn more about this and to sign up. So it's a great opportunity for our larger businesses to connect with our small local businesses, and also a great opportunity for our small businesses who want to deal with larger businesses to go make some connections and learn how that process works. And last but not least, I want to welcome Commissioner Sahelnik to the board, as well as her assistant, Lynn, who will be starting on Monday with us. We look forward to working with them and having a productive working relationship. On Tuesday, when they had the swearing in, I mentioned that I was sure that Lucine's background as councilwoman for the city of Reading, her experience as a small business owner, and her relationship with the ag community will be an asset to the county. So welcome, and look forward to working with you. Those are my comments.
Thank you, Commissioner Rivera. And so a lot of firsts this week, and your first opportunity to address the public as Commissioner Lucine Sahelnik. Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you very much. First to
button, push the, now my bad, I should have told you that. Now you're good.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you. First, thank you to my fellow commissioners for the warm welcome, and to your executive assistants, to the courts for their welcomes, and to all the members of the County of Berks. I very much appreciate the onboarding support that I've received just in the few days that I've really been able to jump in. And it doesn't go unnoticed, and I think it's a beautiful culture that I've seen so far, and one that will provide the opportunity to accomplish as much as we can in the next year, in the limited days ahead. And I just want to let you know that very quickly we have hit the ground running. I was able to attend a department head welcome as a guest earlier this week, which was really lovely to meet the individuals who are really trying to lead and encourage all of the people who work in Berks County and with the constituents who are public facing. That was very nice. In addition, I have already sat through my orientation at Human Resources and met a lovely group of people who are joining the county with me, and I think it's in very good hands.
And you were welcomed by the commissioners.
I was welcomed by the commissioners. So, and I don't know how typical that is, but I think it's a lovely practice.
Yeah, we do that every week with new attendees.
Yes, and I've been able to also have some discussions with the airport authority, which I'm very interested in already this week, as well as the election services task force, which is an area where I will be paying a lot of attention and focus and time and energy. So we've hit the ground running, and I also want to thank the commissioners for their approval of Lynn Burns as my executive assistant. Lynn comes to us with a lot of excellent experience. Lynn and I have worked in the past over the years extensively. Also, Lynn has worked with our COO, Kevin, not commissioner, with West Reading and West Reading for many years with their foundations and associations. The work of the government is not new to Lynn, and she's very excited for this opportunity. So hopefully next week she'll be here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Lucine. And the only item I have is to welcome you and congratulate you on your selection to take the place of former Commissioner Kevin Barnhart. And you've definitely hit the ground running. And we're glad to have you. Two people running the county, not that we've disagreed a whole lot, but if one of us can't make a meeting, we can't have a meeting. So very glad to have you and look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Do we have any comments from row officers? Oh, yeah, let me recognize Commissioner Rivera for E. correction.
Yeah, thank you. So it was right on my notes. I guess I said the share event was March 13. It's actually March 15. Thank you, Katie, I'm glad she is watching this. So thank you, Katie, for noticing that and making the correction. One other item I just want to touch on, I know we said this before, but I just want to clarify it is Commissioner Sahelnik had mentioned about being on the elections task force. She is not running for election this year, so that's why she can be involved in that. Commissioner Leinbach and I are running, and that's why we cannot be involved, or we are not part of the elections board and are not involved with anything elections related this year, but she will be she will be a member of the Board of Elections and anything else that has to do with elections because she is not running. So we just wanted to clarify that one more time. Thank you.
Very good point, Commissioner. Any comments from row officers? Seeing none, we will move to public comment. We'll deal with in-person first, Maria Bogdanova Pfeiffer from Ole. And reminder, 3 minutes.
Maria Bogdanova Pfeiffer, Ole, PA. Commissioner, welcome on board. I certainly hope that you're going to do the job that has not been done up to this point. I want to move on the second very important definition of what defines United States from any other country in this world. Besides that, people can vote for their rights and elect their government. There is a second very important aspect, is the property ownership. When I looked at the agenda, it really bothered me to see a farmland was in ownership of County of Berks, which is a government agency, not a private ownership. There's two ways communists take possession of the private ownership. One is by force. Second is by increasing taxes, liens, and everything else that people cannot afford to stay in their homes or keep their land. Looking at this, I'm really bothered and concerned because, as many of you know, I came from former USSR. I know what it's like to live under control of the government. Government provides, government takes. They literally assign who is going to be your roommate and where you're going to stay. Having said that, knowing that you had a consideration of doing countywide tax reassessment base, which will put people out of their homes, force them off their land, is very troublesome to me. So one thing is to protect is the private ownership of every citizen, and especially people that are in Berks County. A lot of that are farmland. Thank you.
Next speaker is Chuck Ortwine, Douglas Township.
Good morning, commissioners.
Good morning.
My name's Chuck Ortwine. I'm from technically Boyertown, but I'm as far west in, I guess, Berks County as you can get. Mm-hmm. My interest today is the American Rescue Plan Act. You have I've been watching since March 21, and Berks County has been given supposedly $81 million of this money. It was for COVID relief and things like this. Well, where's the relief? Where are the jobs? Where are the businesses that you've rescued? Where have the people that have lost their homes and things like that? How have you helped them? I've looked at your recent dashboard. You've given $1 million to 2 universities who have endowments that make $500,000 a year just in their endowments. Why should they get the money? You've given it to the Philadelphia Phillies Club here. They're a private company. Well, it says here you've given the Phillies money, or Reading Phillies, so maybe I'm incorrect, but it's not where it was supposed to go. Restaurants have failed, people have lost cars, things like this, and you have a list of township projects that everybody's asked for. These are nice projects, but a township is supposed to do a project based on their current revenue and how they pay for it. You're spending money that was given to us supposedly, and you're spending it supposedly judiciously, but I don't think it's appropriate. I think it really should go either to businesses that have failed or restaurants and things like this, or to be honest, why don't you just give it back to the government and pay down the debt? This is money that we technically do not have. It is funny money. And here you are spending money that's going to indebt our future generations. So please consider what you're doing. The list doesn't look good as far as I'm concerned. And I think you should reprioritize what you're doing, how you're doing it, and give the money either back to the government and pay down the debt, or get it to the companies, the people who've lost things really through COVID, not just people who have a pet project they'd like to do. Thank you.
We have some comments online. The first one is Barbara Heckman. I'm not sure exactly how to say the last name. Aloe, Spring Township. Welcome to the Board of Commissioners, Lucine Sahelnik.
Thank you.
And the other comment was from Katie Hetherington Cunfer, clarifying the share program. I'll recognize our solicitor.
So I wanted to respond to Ms. Piper's comments regarding the lease agreement that's on the agenda today. Just so you're aware, and I'm sure you're not aware of this fact, this lease is for a portion of county welfare tract that was deeded to the county of Berks many, many years ago to build a jail on. It is not 226.36 acres in one continuous parcel. It's relatively small tracts of land throughout the North Campus that's around our county buildings. So the reason why this is not something the county took from a private landowner, this was a landowner in Berks County through their estate deeded the land to the county for government purposes. We have chosen to take the parcels of land that cannot be used for government purposes and give the farming community through a procurement process the opportunity to farm it appropriately. So I just want to clarify, this is not government taking person's lands. This is government using the land for which the purpose for which it was given to us, and then us giving it back to the farming community through a lease program that's publicly procured so that they can utilize the land appropriately for farming on areas that we cannot utilize for government purposes. So it's relatively small tracts of land, maybe, a quarter of an acre around the Berks Hine, another sections around the jail, some sections around the recycling center. So it's a very, very hodgepodge together strips of land that generate that total acreage, but it's not county government taking private landowners' land for government purposes. Thank you.
So just a recommendation, it's much better in life in general to research versus making accusations. Do your homework, find out what is really going on before accusing the county of taking private farmland. Anyone that knows me knows that my first year in office, I became engaged in a battle against eminent domain when the county was considering through the Parks and Rec Department to take the Hay Creek Trail by eminent domain in southern Berks County. I opposed that because I believe eminent domain, A, is constitutional. How do I know it's constitutional? Because the Fifth Amendment says private property shall not be taken without just compensation. The U.S. Constitution in the Bill of Rights recognized there would be times where it was appropriate for the government to take private land, but it was only when it had a clear public purpose, roads, bridges, utilities. I will tell you that has been, in my opinion, through the courts, shortly after 2000, has been expanded dramatically, but I believe way beyond what was originally there. So to make an accusation that somehow we've taken private land from farmers it demonstrates someone doesn't know the history of what we've done here in the county. You may be seated. This is not back and forth. Please be seated. Please be seated. Please be seated. We have public comment. We let everybody make their public comment. I'm just simply making it clear the county did not take this land from the farming community or farmers. It was donated, I believe, in the 50s, 1930s. Right. It's a very large tract. The youth recreation fields are there. The ag center's there. The Berksheim is there. The jail, Easy Does It, the county recycling center. And as noted, these are parcels outside that area. And again, we'd be glad to answer those questions. People have questions, ask us. We will get you the specifics. We can get you the details back to when it was donated to the county. But please take the time to look to those issues.
Commissioner Lineback.
Don't accuse me.
Okay, we're going to stop. Okay, you've already had public comment, please.
We've had public comment.
There is another comment
Okay.
that came in, if you want to read that other
I
comment.
don't. This is John from Ole Township. The federal constitution has protections against foreign agents running for the presidency. Are there similar protections in the local level government? I have no idea. I'm not exactly sure what he's referencing, but that is the comment.
You have to be a registered voter of Berks County.
Well, you have to be a registered voter and you have to be a resident. We kind of went through that recently when Soc Georgiadis became the acting treasurer. The deputy could not be the treasurer and Linda does a great job. I explained this a week or two ago, but she lives outside of the county of Berks and therefore under the county code cannot step up and be the acting director for the treasurer's office. So anybody can serve in county government if they're of age, they're a Berks County resident and a registered voter. So that's all that I have. Any other comments?
I do. I have a comment. I just want to clarify this misinformation about reassessment. First of all, I just want to clarify that there has been no conversation about reassessment, and I just can't seem to understand why people say that the county wants to do a reassessment to increase property taxes to take people's homes away. If we look at the last reassessment in Berks County, it was in 1994. Okay, if I would ask by a show of hands here, how many people here have had their taxes increased between 1994 and now, I think all of you would raise your hand. Mm-hmm. How many times have we reassessed between 1994 and now? 0. What I'm trying to say is we don't need to reassess to increase taxes. Right. The purpose of a reassessment is not to increase taxes. It's to level out who pays what. Normally in a reassessment, 1/3 of the people will pay more, 1/3 will stay the same, and 1/3 will pay less. Also, by law, you cannot use property tax reassessment to increase the tax base. That's not the purpose of the reassessment. It's to equal out. So why would we pay $4 to $5 million and take a 1 to 2 year process to increase property taxes when all we have to do is increase the millage on the property? That's all we have to do to increase property taxes, which we have held off from doing in the last few years. That's what the school districts do. That's what the municipalities do. There is no reason or need for reassessment to increase property taxes. So again, it goes to understanding what the process is and why things are done. Because I just don't understand where this information is coming from, where we want to do a reassessment to increase property taxes. That would be the last reason to be able to do it, when we can just do it with a vote and a stroke of a pen to increase property taxes. Again, school districts, municipalities do it practically every year, and there is no reassessment done. So just wanted to clarify that, get that out there as to why the county would not do a reassessment to increase property taxes. So that's,
And anyone can check the records, talk to people in the assessment office, talk to people on the assessment appeals board, ask the question, have there been any discussions in the last 10 years about the county considering reassessment? And the answer is no. There's been no meetings. There's been one newspaper article, I think in 2021. I believe it was initiated by a question to the Reading Eagle. What has to happen to bring about reassessment? They interviewed the commissioners. They interviewed the realtors. When I was interviewed, I said, if the realtors want to discuss this issue, have them come to an operations meeting. Operations are a Tuesday public meeting, and they never did. So there's never been a discussion. But again, this rumor continues to persist that there's plans for a reassessment. There are no plans for a reassessment in Berks County. I'm making that as clear as we possibly can today, as we have many other times. But that's the reality of where we are. Any other comments from the board?
motion to adjourn?
The meeting stands adjourned.